Oh, hey everybody. Welcome back to the Hot Buttery Rolls Whiskey Show. I'm your host, Chris Hot Buttery Rolls Britton, and today we're going to talk about whiskey money pits. Here we go, baby. Oh yeah. Waffle cone bandit, big bad beaver, Rudy Huxtable. So you can't always tell how a bottle is going to taste by how much money you're spending on it. There's a lot of bottom shelf hitters, and there's a lot of top shelf that other word that rhymes with hitters. Hitters. You know what I'm saying. Anyways, here's my top 5 whiskeys that I way overspent on and way undelivered for me. Way undelivered. More like underdelivered, am I right? Guys? So, first of all, and I know that this bottle might as well be a piñata as much as people take shots at it, but a lot of it's deserved. Kentucky Owl Confiscated. Now, I can tell you that I've had a Kentucky Owl Rye and I've had Kentucky Owl Bourbon that are both phenomenal. And so when I saw this at a more accessible rate, meaning it was on the shelves more, and also at a more accessible price, around 130 to 160 bucks versus the $300 for their bourbon offering, I thought, man, this is the way to freaking go. Unfortunately, it just didn't pan out. It's not delicious. It's got a sweet copper cork, but it's not good whiskey. So, sorry, Stoli, I don't like it. Also, sorry, I paid a handsome fee at Costco, which I thought was actually gonna be, it's actually probably the cheapest place you could buy it. I bought this bottle for $110 in California, and that was like $50 off of MSRP where I live. So I bought it, and I can't get behind it. Bottle number 2, Kentucky Peerless. Arguably one of the coolest bottles that I own. Coolest bottles. The bottle itself is cool. The cork is even cooler. Looks like a frickin' doorknob. I don't know if you guys ever watched Disney movies as a kid. Texas. But bed knobs and broomsticks, dude, we can go wherever we want with this bastard. It's a huge, heavy, beautiful brass cork. Neat little chunky boy bottle. It's got a couple of belts on it. It's a freaking sweet looking bottle. The whiskey inside is 110.6 proof, so it meets my expectation of a high proof bourbon, which I prefer. Unfortunately, it is really, really young tasting. I paid, I want to say 100 to 109 for this, 105 I think, at Total Wine in Dallas. I don't know if I'm allowed to say their name, but it's non-chill filtered. You can actually see the lipids separating out in the bottom because I haven't drank this one very much. Don't really keep it agitated. But it's not delicious. I've heard that their offerings have gotten better. I've heard good things about their new barrel pick stuff. I've had their rye. Their rye's not bad at all, but this one is a $15 bourbon in a $60 bottle that somehow costs more than those two things together. Weird. Bottle number 3, Whistle Pig Old World Cask Finish. Now this is a 12-year-old rye whiskey. It is finished in Madeira, Sauternes, and port casks, and it's relatively low proof. It's 86 proof, which should have been a red flag, but it wasn't. I got excited because, you know, when I bought this bottle, I was just getting into whiskey. I'd heard about the Boss Hog, and I saw this on the shelf, and it was in the allocated section. So I got super excited and I bought it. I paid $129 plus tax for this bad boy. Texas. It's just not good. It's not good. It's overly sweet, cloyingly sweet. It's got a really weird twang on the back end of it. It almost tastes like a dusty. I don't know if that's the cask finishing. I don't know if it's the whiskey itself that they started with. I've had great Whistle Pig products. This isn't one of them. So again, over $100 and not worth anywhere near that. Number 4 is one, and this is a little warning to you guys. If you go to a liquor store and you're tasting all their picks with them, try to pick your bottles early on in the tasting and then stand by your choices, because the more you drink, the more generous you'll get. Or at least that's how it works for me. So this is from Skip's Liquors in, forgive me for not remembering the name, New Braunfels. New Braunfels, Texas. They are a fantastic liquor store. They do some good picks. This is Rough Rider Rye Whiskey. It's called the Big Stick. It's a single barrel pick. It's 121 proof, but it's weird. It's super weird. They use winter rye, and they let it sit in the fermenter an extra amount of time, and it captures a lot more of the yeast flavor. Texas. It reminds me a lot of an Australian whiskey, or I don't know. It's like someone threw a bunch of yeast into a good Australian or even a lower end Japanese whiskey. Whenever I tasted this blind, I would have sworn that it was a single malt, but it is a rye whiskey, cask strength, and I want to say I paid like $80 for this bad boy, and I don't love it. I don't love it at all. It's pretty disappointing bottle for me. But again, when I got this, I was having a great conversation with the local expert. He's a sommelier, and we were just really nerding out about the whiskey and talking about the process and how it sat in the fermenter, and it was a really cool conversation, and I kind of fell in love with that guy. If you're watching, I miss you. I miss you, Jack. Anyways, Rough Rider, Big Stick, don't buy it. The last one is actually 3. And I know what you're saying, Chris, you're not good at math. That's true. I'm not good at math, but I am good at tasting whiskey, and these ones are not good. So, Thomas S. Moore, an offering from the Barton 1792 family. It's a high-end bourbon, low proof again. This one's 95.3. It's finished in Cabernet Sauvignon casks, and it's terrible. It doesn't taste good at all. I paid $80 for this. Oh wait, there's more. Chardonnay finish, 97.9 proof, $80. Port cask finish, 98.9 proof, $80. Guys, I'm not good at math, but this is $240 worth of oops. So these weren't available locally whenever I wanted them. I wanted to get them early and do a review on them. Paid a lot of money to have them shipped from another state, hand delivered from another state, and just absolutely disappointed. Gorgeous presentation. These are so pretty. The bottles are beautiful. The whiskey has got a great color to it, but the flavors are just not there. One of the most photogenic bottles on my entire shelves, and especially in the trio, they're gorgeous, but God, they're terrible. They have really off-putting flavors. I am going to film a review because I still see them on shelves, and I worry that people are going to pay a lot of money and be very disappointed. So, want to get that out there. But anyways, glad you guys were here for this. Hope that you enjoyed it. If you really enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. We taste whiskey live every Saturday night at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. And make sure you hit those notifications so that way you don't miss out if you want to come and hang out with us. It's usually a pretty good time, not nearly as formal as this setting, and there's some good jokes, there's some laughs, some food possibly. Definitely going to talk about 80s movies. It's a good time. Anyways, thanks for hanging out. Again, I'm Chris, Hot Buttery Rolls Britain, and I'm glad you came. Can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning. Cheers, everybody.